the story so far. Well, actually, there hasn't been much of one, but here we go anyway. Flying Cat, Rusty Bike, Sweet and Sour Boss, Mr. T, not that one, many oldies listening, Non-Exploding Pen and Paper, Curly Wurly, Kit Kat. That's about it. Let's hope this story gets better from now on. Curly hated chocolate. Not the taste. He loved that. From a small child, his mum had told him that too much chocky would make him fat. It did. For most of his life, he looked like a balloon, a podger, and his teeth dropped out. He was a gummy. When he grew up and became an international villain, he decided that because he had no willpower to stop him scoffing chocky, and because he was getting too fat to even just get through a doorway, he would have to remove the temptation. Chocolate must go. Not in his mouth like it usually did, but all the cocoa beans in the world must be destroyed. That was his sinister plan. Jane managed to discover what must have been the most enormous warehouse in the world. Actually, not one, but several. The site was massive, and oh, the smell of chocolate. Fortunately, Jane liked savoury, not sweet. A cheese sandwich over a Mars bar any day. As she crept inside, she saw the huge vat of liquid chocolate, menials throwing in all sorts of confectionery and buckets of beans. That's cocoa, not baked. The contents were destined for the drains. The world of chocolate was on the brink. Think of it. Curly stood high on a gantry, overlooking the bubbling brown stuff. His eyes full of tears, but he was a determined man. Chocky was at an end. Or was it? Slowly, avoiding the mean bean men, Jane climbed to a spot just behind Curly. She was almost blinded by the light shining off his hairless bones, but she rushed forward and pushed. Curly wobbled, but he was like one of those kiddies' toys that it's impossible to knock over. Jane pushed again, using his rolling momentum to give her an advantage. Curly rolled a bit further this time, but then back he rolled again. Now, with all her might, Jane Blonde gave one final humongous push. Curly did a beautiful swallow dive, which might have scored a 10 in the Olympics, and landed gracefully, but fatally, in the turgid brown brew. Everything immediately shut down, and workers scrabbled to stuff all sorts of chocolate goodies in their pockets. Corner shops would be forever in Jane's debt. "Well done, Blonde," said M&M when Jane reported back. "Got anything for me next, boss?" she asked. "All sorts," he said. "All sorts." All sorts. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Who's a clever spy? Looks like Jane's the one. She's who to call on when you want a job well done. Danger is about, and you're in a spot. We all know a spy who'll give it all that she has got. If there is a problem, there is someone who answers to the name of Jane. In any situation you could mention, she's a spy at the top of her game. She'll be there right behind you to keep you safe from harm. Never in the spotlight, in the background, she's always cool and calm. Whoa, whoa, who's that clever spy? Whoa, whoa, who's that clever spy? who's got flair and style. When she's on a mission, all about is run a mile. She's a clever spy, she has brains galore. With a reputation, villains don't come back for more. If there is a problem, there is someone who answers to her name of Jane. In every situation you could mention, she's a spy at the top of her game. She'll be there right behind you to keep you safe from harm. Never in the spotlight, in the background, she's always cool and calm. Whoa, whoa, who's a clever spy? Whoa, whoa, who's a clever spy? Whoa, whoa, who's a clever spy? Whoa, whoa, who's a clever spy?
Gin Blonde, double OPS.
Woo!